Okay. Okay. Do you know what? I have. It's been a while since I felt truly nervous about the prospect of hitting go live. I've kind of been hovering over the go live button for about 10 minutes, and yeah, I was feeling really. Oh, hello, Netscape Navigator. How you doing? Welcome to the Gremlin Cult. Yeah, I felt really nervous actually coming online, which is not which is not something I usually feel. Because yeah, this is I do not regularly deck build. Like I got into Netrunner many years ago, and it was when you could get like the Fantasy Flight box, and you could just kind of grab all the neutral cards, all of the cards for specific corp, throw them together, you had a working deck. So yeah, I think I've built a deck exactly once and just kind of like fiddling with it, but again, that was about 5-6 years ago, when I was regularly playing physically. I have not played much. So, thank you very much, Navi. I genuinely appreciate the vote of confidence. Also, I have no idea if my style of deck building is good. I've kind of just gone slightly chaotic gremlin with it. I'm kind of coming at it with two ways, as you will see. So we're going to jump over to Behold My Crimes. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, don't behold my crimes. I've left this up to keep you all in suspense. Right. Now behold my crimes. As you can see, here are two decks which are illegal. They are not allowed. So if anybody's unaware why I'm doing this, I have been arranging for a little while Identity Digital, which is a Netrunner tournament for 4 VTubers by a VTuber. Netrunner DB really needs to understand standard isn't the only format. And to be fair, I think this is set so it's for startup. It's just that it's not these decks are illegal way beyond just it's not startup. It's not standard. But like we will work something out, I promise. But yeah, I have we are currently running the first round. I think there have been 2 games played on various streams between Neon Caster and Lucian Zena, and also by Come and Go and Haley, who is a hyena. Oh, the legality check is always for standard. Oh, okay. Well, when I import these into Jinteki, that does in fact sort things out. So that's not too bad. My first game is in fact tomorrow against Mage Armor Dorian. You're playing tomorrow, Bjorn's streaming it, and you're putting on YouTube. Ah, cool. I will look forward. What time are you playing? Because if I have the chance, I will check it. I'll check out Bjorn's stream if only to heckle him. But yeah, I will be playing tomorrow at 9 p.m. BST. Oh, 6 p.m. BST. I might be able to see a little bit of it. That is kind of around dinner time, but I will be able to heckle him a little, I think. But yeah, I will be streaming 9 p.m. BST, which is 4 p.m. EST, and 1 p.m. PST. Well, the fact that I know these off the top of my head now is worrying, and also is going to get frustrating as we change into winter time, and because nobody changes the clocks on the same weekend. 6 p.m. Okay, cool. So yeah, if you want Netrunner content, yeah, 6 p.m. BST on Sunday or 9 p.m. BST on Sunday. It's gonna be a good time because Netrunner's a really good game. Anyway, let's have a look at my crimes. So I'm actually going to start with the criminal deck, because I think this is the more interesting one right now, because it's the reason this is illegal is because it's got too much in it. Like, there's just, 42 influence, max 50. Yeah, I've spent too much influence. It's got 81 cards in it. This is no way a good thing. So I've kind of been playing around with this. I'm gonna edit this. 81 cards is fine. I have played big decks. The issue is definitely the influence. So let me talk you through my thought process. So I am playing as Natasha Sable Sintashta because she is a fairly new. So I always play criminals. I really like criminals. I like their whole vibe because you get to basically play out a heist, and I really love. Those heists. Rotom Worlds in 2021 with 70 card max. Yes, I'm aware. I have played with that deck. One of my previous streams with the wonderful Lyri was actually both of us playing with Rotom's winning decks, which was just the big like max card max, and what was the? I think it was. I'm trying to remember what we both were very impressed. We both really liked the max deck, and we were both a little underwhelmed by the Corp deck. Like the max deck was definitely the more impressive of the two. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I am aware you can have a big deck, but it's also kind of about getting. The whole point of that deck was it was full of cards that were just like cycle through. That you were always drawing cards, and Rotom is a very good IRL friend. You know how it feels to need to play a world champ every week at a weekly meetup. I mean, I'd imagine it's about the equivalent of playing against somebody who's literally got their name on cards in this game, which is the situation I'm in with you, Navi, which is intimidating to fuck. I'm not going to deny. Like, it is a very weird thing to like, but yeah, I'm yeah, really looking forward to our match because I will just be kind of cowering to some extent. Also, I have desperately tried not to look at your deck list because I know that you are also running Nusha, where you're also running Sable. But yeah, anyway, I really like criminals because despite the green, despite the very shaper vibes I put out into the world, I'm a big fan of heists. I like one of my favorite TV shows is Leverage. I really like the fact that the game with the criminals in Netrunner is you are running a heist against a big corporation. That is wonderful. That is satisfying. There's a narrative hook that you can get behind. It's a lot of fun. That said, my other option was I was very tempted by the this is from Midnight Sun, which is all about Arctic drilling. Corps are Arctic drilling, and we're dealing with that. And one of the options was an elderly Arctic fisherwoman shaper, and that was tempting. But ultimately, Sable won because I really like this mark concept. So when your turn begins, you identify your mark. Sequencing is MM sometimes makes your head spin. Oh, interesting. I mean that's an interesting fact. That's interesting to me that like somebody who is a lot more experienced at this has kind of gone with the same thoughts as I have. But I maybe that's just me being lucky, or yeah, who knows. But yeah, when your turn begins, identify your mark. If you don't have a mark, a random central server becomes your mark for this turn. So basically, I will be able to. I will always be encouraged to run on a central server. So that's the archives, which is the discard pile, the HQ, which is the hand, or the R&D, which is the draw deck. which is really cool. And the first time you make a successful run on your mark, gain a click. That's huge, because you have 4 clicks each turn in Netrunner as the runner, and having the opportunity to have a 5th click is great. So one, you're following the kind of unwritten rule, which is always be running, and you're getting a reward for doing so. That's great. The first thing I was doing was looking through, and I found several cards that also work with mark. So Carpe Diem, for example, is an event. Identify your mark if you don't have a mark, and that just gives me 4 credits for running your mark. It can be a trap sometimes. Oh, interesting. Why is that the case? Sometimes it's better to just ignore a bad mark. I can imagine that, but I'm kind of working on the basis that a lot of the time it's a good idea. So Carpe Diem gives you some money to use just for running the mark, and then what else was it? Wasn't that one? Trying to find it. Ah, yes, Virtuoso, which is my console. The first time you make a successful run on your mark, if that server is HQ, access 1 additional card when you breach HQ. Otherwise, breach HQ when the run ends. That's good. That's a good thing to have. I think the one thing I might do. So I'll go into the rules of deck building in a second, but I'm just kind of talking through what I want in here. There's also backstitching. There are only 4 cards that actually reference marks, so it's not too bad to have a few of them. Say your mark is HQ, but it's going to cost you 6 credits to get into HQ. All you're going to do with that extra click is maybe draw a card. It can be better just not run and keep the credit total up. That makes sense, I guess. But like, I would say that if you have like Virtuoso, where you could potentially spend 6 credits to access 2 cards, that's not too bad. But I think I do take your point that it can be super situational. Yeah, also we have backstitching. When you encounter a piece of ice during a run on your mark, I can trash this resource to bypass that ice. That's kind of fun. That's kind of useful. It's probably quite useful for, like, you know, I get 3 opportunities just fully bypass a piece of ice. That seems like a good idea. Like, what I might want is something that lets me draw backstitching and Carpe Diem back out, so something that lets me go dumpster diving. But that's kind of the first 3 cards that I've put in. Now what I might do, because you're allowed a maximum of 3 cards, 3 of each card in your deck. What I might do is only have 2 Virtuosos in here, because you can only play 1 console as far as I'm all. Oh wait, hang on. No, you're allowed 1 console. Is that console type? Or is it you're only allowed 1 console in play? I've never actually. This is the thing I've never actually thought of. You're allowed 1 console in play. Okay, so having 3 consoles, that's not worth it. Particularly considering Virtuoso is actually relatively inexpensive. Like, I definitely want to have it come out, but if I go to my minimum 45 cards, having 3 of 45, that's good, but I'm only going to be able to play 1 of those, whereas 2 out of 45, I think that's better economy, as it were. But then I kind of want, the next thing I really want to look at is like what I'm getting off from influence, because there's a few different options. So Sable has 15 influence. That means I'm allowed to take cards from outside of the criminal deck-scape, I guess, the criminal area. I can use either some from Shaper or some from Anarch. So you can see each thing has a value that comes in. Faction, thank you. God, you can tell I'm definitely I'm trying to explain my thinking, and my thinking is just hitting a wall. So yeah, for example, Maker's Eye here has 2 influence, and so if I put 3 in, that casts me 6 influence. Dexcape, thank you. Null Signal Games, if you want to use the phrase Dexcape, you're more than welcome to it. Baroda has 2, but then you've got things like Climactic Showdown, which have fully 5. So if I want 3 Climactic Showdowns, for example, then that is going to be my entire 15 influence. And there were a few things, so I kind of did go through and just find some useful cards which I thought might be good. So Climactic Showdown I chose. So when your turn begins, remove this resource from the game. Choose a server protected by ice. The corp may trash 1 piece of ice. If they don't, the first time you breach either R&D or HQ, access 2 additional cards. Now, I thought that sounded kind of cool, because I know I'm going to be running, 2 times out of 3, I'm probably going to have a mark which is HQ or R&D, because I'm going to have a mark. So I'm already going to be encouraged to go into the central servers, R&D and HQ. And something that forces the corp to trash ice or let me access additional cards, like combine this with backstitching, where you can trash to bypass. I think the one thing I will say is if I take these 2, I definitely need something that lets me go dumpster diving, which exists. Like, you do have things that let you go and look into, I can't remember what the term is for your discard pile, but I will find it out. But yeah, this is definitely so these 2 plus Carpe Diem, I think, give us a bit of a viable strategy to just be really aggressive on R&D and HQ. So I kind of like Climactic Showdown. Ice Carver, when you're encountering a piece of ice, it gets -1 strength. Kind of fun, just straight up useful. Xanadu, the res cost of each piece of ice is increased by 1. So this is, I guess this is like, it's one or the other. Like, Ice Carver probably makes more sense. Like, Xanadu, because the res cost is a single cost that the corp has to pay. Whereas, if a piece of ice is being encountered, then, that's going to be, you're going to encounter a piece of ice multiple times versus it being rezzed once. So in fact, you know what, I'm going to say, of these 2, probably I prefer Ice Carver versus Xanadu. Maker's Eye. So, and again, these are things where I'm thinking that I want to have things that let me access more cards than I would usually be allowed. Carver and Zan are unique. Oh, you mean I could? So you're saying I could take like 1 of each? I don't know. Like, I'm thinking, like, yeah, I suppose if I had like 1. Sorry, actually, explain that to me. They are unique. Oh, so you mean I can only have one of them in play? I can't have. If you saw extra copies of dead draws. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Ah, so Ice Carver, you can't have like 3 Ice Carvers and everything gets -3 strength. That makes a lot of sense, yeah. So maybe, the diamond in the name is the unique symbol. Oh, okay. Ah, so you can have multiple daily casts, you can have multiple backstitching, you have multiple no free lunch, but you can only have 1 Ice Carver in place in a time. Okay, that's useful. That's really good to know. Huh, okay. Let me quickly Xanadu. Let's put 1 of these in. Because what I'm thinking. Because honestly, Climactic Showdown, like, let's compare Climactic Showdown versus Maker's Eye. Maker's Eye is an event. You run R&D, only R&D, and if it's successful, you access 2 additional cards when you breach it. Climactic Showdown, much more expensive in terms of the resource cost, in terms of the influence cost, sorry, but R&D or HQ, it's got a longer term effect because the Corp has to trash ice, and if they don't trash ice, you access additional cards. Okay. That being said, Maker's Eye and Climactic... Maker's Eye on a turn where I have Climactic Showdown already in play, also a factor. Quite fun. This is a fun little exercise, isn't it? Let me see. I quite like the idea of having Climactic Showdown. Forcing the Corp to be in an uncomfortable decision space is good. And I'm kind of happy to pay for the choice of the Corp for Showdown, and unlike TME, they get the whole turn, where Climactic is telegraphed, which is not nothing. Yeah, it's true. So what I could do, if I take 1 Ice Carver, 1 Xanadu, I could have 2 Climactic Showdowns. Or I could take 2 Ice Carver, 2 Xanadu, and 1 Climactic Showdown. And do I have anything that lets me... I think this is the thing I need to work out. Do I have something that lets me go into my trash? Dirty Laundry. Run any server. When that turn run ends, if it was successful, gain 5. So that's quite useful in terms of its economy. Economy is really vital. Inside Job. Run any server. The first time this run you encounter a piece of ice, bypass it. Again, real good. So things that let you bypass ice straight away. Jailbreak. Run HQ or R&D. If successful, draw 1 card. And when you breach the attack server, access 1 additional card. So again, things that let you get extra cards. Legwork. Run HQ. That's just HQ though. So it's, if successful, access 2 functional cards, but you kind of need to have it in your hand waiting. The only things to get stuff out of the heap in startup is Harmony Therapy, Buffer Drive, and Retrieval Run. Okay, let's have a quick look at those. Harmony Therapy. Search your heap for up to 5 cards with different names. Shuffle those cards into your stack. Remove this card. Okay, so that's not great because it doesn't let me get... It just puts them back in my stack. Buffer Drive, which is Uprising. The first time each turn 1 or more cards are trashed from your grip, you may add 1 of those cards to the bottom of your stack. Okay, so that's also a thing. Oh, didn't want to do that. Retrieval Run. Run Archives. Instead of breaching Archives, you may install 1 program from your heap. Okay. Buffer Drive has a second ability. Oh, add 1 card from your heap to the top of your stack. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's definitely a useful piece of hardware. And you said Simul Chip as well. Let's have a look at Simul Chip. If no installed programs have been trashed this turn, you must trash 1 installed program as an additional cost to use this hardware. Install 1 program from your heap, paying 3 less. But that's only a program. I'm currently just looking at resources. I'm actually not too fussed about program. So Buffer Drive, definitely useful. Also, does that actually have... Wait, this has an influence cost? Ah, fun. That's unique to... That, I mean, makes sense. But, yeah, that is interesting. Okay. I'm gonna take just 2 Virtuoso. Let's have a look at my icebreakers, because that's one thing that I currently have here. So I was just looking through how decent icebreakers that kind of give a good utility. Every faction has to pay for it. That makes sense. Buffer drive does look real good. So I was kind of pretty happy with the selection of icebreakers that exist within Criminals. So there's 3 types of ice. There are code gates, there are sentries, and there are walls? Barriers. There we go. So effectively I need 3 different icebreakers. So a lot of these, like a lot of this 83 cards can be got rid of here. So I currently have Bug. I have no idea how to pronounce this name. This is just a really good one. It's 3 to install, takes up a memory. It's strength 1, but each time I can just pay 1 credit per strength and 1 to break a sentry subroutine. And if it breaks fully breaks a piece of ice, it gains 2 credits. That's pretty good. Like that's real good. Like that. Then we've got any other killers. That's a fractor. That's a fractor. We also had this one, which was Revolver. So you can place 6 power counters on it. So effectively 6 times you can remove a power counter. In fact, 7 times, because remove a power counter, or remove it from the game, or trash it, and that just lets you break a sentry subroutine. And it gives you plus 2 credits for 3 strength, so it kind of does, like, if you were up against, it's strength 1, if you were up against a strength 2 subroutine, you'd basically pay the same, potentially, as Bughalter. Bughalter? How do you pronounce this? Please help. I'm not sure between those 2. Then we have Cat's Cradle, which does pretty much the same. Break 1 for 1. That's a decoder. Yeah, I basically like Cat's Cradle is just a good coder, a good decoder, so I just kind of threw that in. Fractor. I have too many. I don't need all these 3 fractors. So we're going to compare and contrast and decide which of them is good. So Corroder comes from Anarch, so that's an argument against it straight away, because it's taking up influence, and I've kind of got some really interesting things I can do with influence. Bughalter. Thank you very much. It's strength 2. You pay 1 to break a subroutine, pay 1 to increase its strength. Pretty solid. How does it compare with, say, Mackler? Mackler starts strength 2, which is the same. Much more expensive, much harder to install. Starts at 2, more expensive to use, and the first time it fully breaks a piece of ice, it gains 1. Like, it's not doing... Like, it's similar to Bughalter, but it's not got the same level of economy. Like, this could potentially pay for itself the first time it breaks a piece of ice. This will pay for itself never. Like, it costs 5 to install, and then it costs 4 to beat something. It'll cost at least 4 if you want to beat something stronger than itself. Or Marjana, break 1 barrier subroutine for 2. If you made a successful run this turn, this ability costs 1 less to use. Also 1 strength. Actually, this is free to install. I'm inclined to go for Marjana, honestly. Like, the economy just feels a little bit better because you can get it in. You can get it in easier, and then you've got spare money to just make use of it. You don't have you're not spending all your money on a single thing. You're spending money. You're spending more money each time. I don't know. Is my. I think for the time being, I'm gonna drop. I mean, I could do, actually. I suppose there's nothing stopping me having a bit of variety. Like, there's nothing stopping me taking 1 Bughalter and then or 2 Bugalter and a revolver, or 2 Bugalter, 2 revolver, 1 Machler, 2 Marjana. Like, this might be good later game, honestly. Because it's at least giving me money back. Pure comparison. This just lets you break... This is only breaking 1 sentry subroutine. Plus, it does go away eventually. Hey, Daisy, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I am just trying to calculate numbers. You know what? I'm going to drop Kuroda. We don't need Kuroda. We're going to get that influence back. So yeah, I'm currently trying to work out how to build a deck in Netrunner, which I'll be using tomorrow in a game. I hope this is... Yeah, currently I am massively over the minimum number of cards. I want to get it closer to 45. It doesn't have to be exactly 45. I do need to bring it under influence, under 15 influence. Marjana costs 2 to break a sub unless you successfully ran that turn, which usually means the first turn you throw your wallet at subs or waste a click running random remotes. Oh, you're doing good. You're back from the fair. Oh, you went to, it was like the Ren fair or something else? Yeah, I suppose that is the thing, is like, but this always costs 2 to break a... Oh, it's up to 2. Okay, so that's 2 to break 1, whereas that's 2 to break 2. Oh, right, well, you know what? I'm going to keep 1. I'm going to keep 1. In fact, no, I'm going to keep 2. I'm going to keep 2 of this. 2 of this. It's not the best economy, but it kind of gives me a little bit more variety. Cat's Cradle, just good. Bugalter. I'm going to keep 2 of those and a revolver. Like, this is good. That being said, I'm going to take revolver. That's 2. That costs 3 to install. That costs 1. I suppose, like, it does, if you have more than 1, it just... If you have more than 1, that being said, I can only install a maximum of 4, because Nucia starts with 4. Oh no, you have 4 memory? Oh, you have 4 mem. And then Virtuoso gives you a 5th. Okay. Bugalter is the most absurd killer ever printed? I'm really curious. How come? I'm curious. Oh, also, there's one other program here called Sesva, which is just, you can spend hosted credits during runs. So when you install this card and before your turn begins, refill to 2 hosted credits. So that's just us running central servers. We're going to be running central servers a lot. How's things? Oh, thank you for asking. Good. I am currently just trying to muddle through deck building on Netrunner, which is something I've not done in literal years. And yeah, I was nervous about talking about it because it's not something I've done a huge amount of. Really cheap, 1 for 1 for 1. Unheard of. You get 2 credits back the first time you fully break a sentry with it. It's a point. That is a really good point. Yeah, you know what? Let's go 3 of that, and that being said, that's just... I suppose, realistically, if this was more powerful... Oh, you spend Sesva credits to get the... Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess you do have, like, the bonus. Okay, let's drop Revolver. Cat's Cradle is good. Like, it doesn't give you the same benefits, but that's alright. It's alright. Fractor. I suppose this with Sesva. Compared to Grot, which is the go-to Crim Killer 9 years ago, the other one that is not 1/1 break. Oh, okay. The one thing that's just a sticking point for me here is the 5 install cost, which isn't the worst thing. Like, 5 install cost is a one-off cost. Plus, if it's 2 to break 2, 2 gets you +2 strength. Like, there's potentially some lost. Matler is really bad, but it's a blue fractor. Yeah. Crim's are bad at breaking barriers. Okay, well, let's have a look at... That's not what I want. I want card search. This is where I start to remember the print syntax. So, fractor... Oh, hang on. This... I need to... I'm not doing this. S... Fractor, and I also know that it needs to be... Please look at syntax. Rotation, there we go. S... Fractor... Z... Starter. Okay, so let's find something that's not as expensive. Ooh, Penrose is a decoder and a fractor. Break 1 barrier, break 1 code gate. +3 strength. Oh, but that's something that requires the stealth. I don't have any of. Propeller. Place 1. Place 4 power counters on it. Okay, so this starts real good. Wait, is there anything? Ah, okay. I do have stealth creds? Where do I have the stealth creds coming from? Is this why I was considering putting in Corroder? Toolkit. Hang on. Toolkit. The number of toolkit. This card loss costs 2 less to install if you made a successful run on HQ this turn. When you install this resource, loads 4 credits onto it. When it's empty, trash it. Okay. Spend hosted credits during runs. Okay, interesting. Is it worth having... I don't know, is that... Considering I already have Sesva and also Carpe Diem, I wasn't actually sure I was going to keep Penumbral Toolkit. It was just kind of one of those ones where I saw it. Yeah, they're finite. Okay, let's go back to our card search, which was S. Fractor, Z, Startup. So annoyingly, Cleaver is probably, Corroder. Corroder, break up to 2, and start strength 3. Maybe just taking a Cleaver is probably not. Taking a couple of Cleaver is not a bad shout. Break up to 2, +1 strength, starts at 3. Cleaver's solid with Ice Carver. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a true point. Bran makes you sad. What's Bran? Okay. Let's bring in Cleaver. I'm not 6 strength, 3 sub. Oh, okay, fine. I mean, I think, but even then, comparatively, like, with Makla, Bran would make you sad. Marjana, Bran would make you sad. Like, it's all kind of horrible. Like, Bran's just bad in that case. God, is it? I mean, we could go full Chaos Hours and just have one Cleaver, one Makla, one Marjana, and leave it up to fate, and just switch between them as need be. That is an option. Bioroid, Boomerang, and a Click is the best way to break Bran. Okay, well, I do have Boomerang. Use install piece of ice, uses hardware, break up to 2 subroutines. Okay, cool. That is... So Boomerang, definitely a good thing to have then. Like, Cleaver good. Cleaver real good. See, it is the influence. It's the influence that's just kind of... You have mutual favor, so you don't need many copies of the icebreakers. Mutual favor. Search your attack for one icebreaker program, reveal it. Okay, and you either install it or you add it to your grip. Okay, cool. Yeah, so definitely... Oh, so we don't need many copies. So in fact, I could potentially have 2 bug, 2 cat. Let's work with 2 Cleaver. And we'll revisit that if need be. Because yeah, mutual favor I hadn't factored in, so we now need to keep mutual favor. Let's have a look at our economy. Carpe Diem is staying in. Dirty Laundry. I mean, it's fine. Maybe I keep it. I really wish there was like a maybe, maybe not way to tag this. Maker's Eye only runs R&D. Do you know what? I'm not going to take Maker's Eye. Maybe I'll regret this, but I'm not going to take Maker's Eye. I need to I need to lose influence in a hurry. I really like Climatic Showdown. I would like 2 of these. So I now need to get rid of... If I only take 1 Ice Carver. Okay, so that's 1 Ice Carver. I only take 1 Cleaver. Buffer Drive. Hit. Is that what's causing me? Oh no, I still need to get rid of 5. Damn. So I could have 5 Buffer Drive. Actually, 5 Buffer Drive then just lets me get a bunch of Climactic Showdown. Can I have one of these? Can I have one of these? Deal is fine. Early on, it's a fine way of triggering a mark while getting paid. Dirty Laundry. Oh, right, yeah. Just takes this thing out of breaks. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's get 2 Cleaver. I will take 1 Climactic Showdown, and I still need to remove 2. You know what? Xanadu's gone. Xanadu's gone. I'm happy with that. I'm happy enough with that. Xanadu is useful, but I don't think it's only like a one-off thing. It doesn't take the sting out enough, I don't think. Ice Carver, super useful. Climactic Showdown, super useful. Buffer Drive basically just runs Climactic Showdown 4 times. Zan's only useful early game, yeah. And if I'm only taking 1, like Ice Carver, if that shows up in the early game, awesome. If it shows up in the late game, awesome. Yeah, agreed. Okay, cool. So we're at 60 cards. So we don't need to get rid of all 60. We're currently at a legal card pool. Why have I only got one virtuoso? No, two virtuosos. I want to have two of them in there. So, we have 6 icebreakers, and the mutual favor is going to allow us to get more. Carpe Diem is working on Mark. Dirty Laundry, yeah, fine way of triggering Mark, and takes the thing out, so good for, that's recurrently good in terms of economy. Inside Job, bypass ice, it's just good. Jailbreak, additional card, class act. What's the class act? I don't know what class act is. When your discard phase ends, if you install this resource, draw 4 cards. The first time each turn you draw any number of cards, look at the top X cards of your stack, add one of those cards to the bottom of the stack. X is equal to the number of cards you will draw plus 1. Wait, what? The first time each turn you will draw any number of cards, look at the top X cards, add one to the bottom of your stack. X is equal to the number of cards you will draw plus 1. Oh, okay, so basically, if it says draw 2 cards, so in this case, it's like draw 4 cards, whereas this would be X is equal to 4 is the number of cards plus 5, add one of those 5 to the bottom of the stack. Okay, right, so actually, class act was really good. Probably don't need like a huge number. Really good for finding when you need it, plus draws 4 when you install it. Yeah, that is quite good. Oh. Okay, well let's throw 2 of those on top and we will work out what we actually need. Damn, that is you mean. Oh, if you... Okay, gotcha. Right, what are we going to need? So, Inside Job, Jailbreak, Run HQ. So this just gives me an additional card. Legwork. That's only running 1. And it's kind of doing the same thing as this. So, let's remove Legwork. Mutual Favor, Essential. Overclock. Place 5, it's free money. It's free money for running. Legwork and Jailbreak do the same job. Yeah, but the reason I'm keeping Jailbreak is because it's run HQ or R&D as opposed to just 1. If it's only attacking one thing, then it's less good, I feel. For the thing I'm working with. Get multiples of these installed as well. That's good. Right, so Overclock, good. Sure Gamble, it's the classic. But then if I have 5, surely I can just be using it for other stuff. Tread lightly, run any server. During that run, the res cost of each piece of ice is increased by 3. Oh, so that's basically doing... So if this arrives in early game, then that's amazing. I don't think it needs... I don't think I need this for... I don't think I need 3 of these. I think 2 for like early to mid game works better for me. And I have a little bit more control with class acts as well. Boomerang. I don't need 3 of these. Because when you install it, choose an install piece of ice. I don't want it super early game. I do need 3. I do need 3 of Tread Lightly. Or I do need 3 of Boomerang. Wait, surely if I have... Surely the whole point is if I have 2, then I can just kind of cycle though. I put 1 into the heap, install a second, and then just cycle those 2 around every single time. Am I missing something here? You want to draw them off as possible. Okay, that's fair. I definitely want 3 buffer drive, because that lets me do Climatic Showdown. Break any ice for 2 creds. Yeah, true. Might drop Docklands Pass. Because I think with Climactic Showdown, you can shuffle the one you use into the stack. Yeah, true. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think I'm going to drop Docklands Pass. Oh, you don't need one in the heap. Okay. That's fair. Okay, Docklands Pass. It's Breach HQ additional card. Like, I already have that with Virtuoso. I also have it with Climactic Showdown. I don't need Docklands Pass to get me even more just in HQ. I think it's gone. Docklands are good, with Virtuoso feels redundant. Yeah, pretty much my thought. So Virtuoso, do I want 3 of these? I don't know. Backstitching, amazing. Whenever you encounter a piece of ice, trash this resource, bypass the ice. Great. Daily casts, good money, but I'm also getting, like, I don't know, do I actually have too much money? Do I have too much, do I potentially have too much economy? I don't think I need... No such thing as too much econ. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of Penumbral Toolkit, because it's only if you load 4, when it's empty, trash it. Toolkit's bad, yeah, that's my thought. I don't need it. No 3 lunch, gain 3 credits or remove a tag. That's good. Ice Carver, great. Daily casts. I'll be honest. I kind of love daily casts because it's just like, it's a card about streaming. It's like, it's just a streaming card. I love that. I love that. As a streamer, I feel obliged to keep it in. Also, similarly, I will point out Climactic Showdown has Hoshiko Shiro, who is literally the, effectively a VTuber character in Netrunner, because she's using it's a digital avatar that she uses. But yeah, that is 53 cards. Do I want to get rid of anything else? Boomerang, good. Buffer drive, essential. Virtuoso, good. Backstitching, great. Climactic Showdown, good. Daily casts. Do I need 3 daily casts? I don't know. Class Act, 2 of these feels like a good plan. Like, get it... Maybe even 3. God, this is actually difficult. I've not even gotten to Haspiroid yet, because that's the... it's a card about streaming where the runner gets all the money as opposed to half the money going to the corp. Yeah, I mean, it is probably a little optimistic. Hi, Twitch. How you doing? How you doing, buddy? Okay. Okay, happy overclock, place 5. Do I have too... I mean, actually, to be honest, do I have too much that's basically too many events? Because I have 23 events. And you can only really play, like, Carpe Diem, run a server. Dirty Laundry, run a server. Inside Job, run a server. Jailbreak, run a server. Mutual Favor, like, Mutual Favor, like, I'll be honest, Mutual Favor, I will probably keep. I suppose, yeah, dropping a Mutual Favor makes sense, but, like, I can only run so many servers. Like, this is 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 currently. And, like, whilst I don't doubt I will run servers 14 times, I don't know, I'm worried that is slowing my deck down to get the things that will actually let me play these events. Does that make sense? Like, I'm also almost wondering, should I, like, drop 1 of each of these, or just drop 3 of something altogether? You're not a huge fan of Sony backstitching in inside jobs. Identify mark, encounter an ice, bypass first piece of ice. Yeah, they are kind of doing double duty, aren't they? Probably go to one inside job. You know what? No, I'd rather just... I'm going to get rid. I think I can work with getting rid of it. And that... Tread lightly and boomerang do the same thing as inside job, early game versus rush 2. Yeah, true. Is it worth having... Do we think it's worth having a second... Okay, no. Running server... Overclock. So that's good because it stops it being rezzed. If it comes out early, this is good. Overclock, just really useful. Doing something, it's kind of pulling double duty with Cesva, but I'm okay with that because frankly, like money for runs is good. Draw gamble, real good. Mutual favor. Yeah, I suppose realistically, if I can get this to 45, 6 out of 45 is what? Overclocked work on the scoring remote. Ah, it's true. It's true. That's a very good point. This is Dirty Laundry does the same thing as well. So currently, effectively, what? 10% of my deck is Icebreaker. Yeah, I'm taking your point that Mutual Favor is probably... Nope, I definitely want 2. Yeah, Tread Lightly, less essential, I feel. This is 3. Do you know what? Overclock works on... Yeah. I might drop down to just 2 daily casts, call it 48, and say I'm kind of happy with that as it is. I think this is a workable deck. What do we think? What do we think? Where's hotel? Throw pack. No free lunch. Really? But it's like, it's 0 for 3. I mean, to be honest, if we're going to do that, I'd probably just cut one of each. Like, 2 daily casts, 2 no free lunch. $47 cards for a minimum of 45. You know what? I'm willing to let this slide. I think we're gonna roll. I mean, I'll be honest. I suppose realistically, you're kind of at a point now where it's like, if there's nothing, spend a click for 3 credits with daily cash. You spend 3 and click for 8. It's just over 4 turns. It's true. Yeah, I guess it is perm. I am convinced by your arguments. Yeah, you're right. Click to install. Yeah, fair. I mean, to be honest, by that argument, like 49 is not so many. I think a 49 card deck with a decent number of icebreakers, the ability to go diving and things that get you that let you access additional cards multiple times, and weaken the ice. Actually, I'm going to change this name. The Central Server Tour, because that is predominantly what we're going. No free lunches for removing tags at instant speed first, and the credit game is just next extra, is not too niche. Fair enough. Okay, well, let's keep 2. We've got 48. Yeah, you know what? Stable Central Server Tour. I'm pretty happy with that. It's legal. It's good. Let's look at this nonsense. Because this we currently don't have the minimum on this. This is the one where I'm struggling because I don't even know how to. Like I've got so many resources on this, like how to deck build the corp. And to be honest, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with the starting point. So I've gone for Mirror Morph because, and again, we've got this ongoing pattern where it's like I really like extra clicks. So Mirror Morph, endless iteration. If the first, second, and third actions you take on your turn are different from each other, when the third completes, you may gain either a credit or take another different action paying 1 credit less. That's just good. Now we have 15 influence, so a lot of options to go rummaging in other factions. We have, and to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the agenda selection I've got. So Architect Deployment Test. When you score this agenda, look at the top 5 cards of R&D. You may install and res one of those cards, ignoring all costs. Subliminal messaging is really good in Mirror Morph, and the reason why you sometimes get your head in a spin when playing it. Okay, I'll have a look at that in a second. Let me I can grab that now. The first time each turn you play a copy of Subliminal Messaging, gain a click. Oh wow. When your turn begins, this card is in archives, and when it didn't initiate any runs, you may reveal this card and add it. Oh my. Yes, straight in, no questions asked. We have Subliminal Messaging. That's really good because I was idly looking at Biotic Labor, which is just gain 2 credits, 2 clicks. So it's a click for a spare click, effectively. Which is good, but it's also 4 credits. Whereas Subliminal Messaging is free and just gain a credit and gain a click. It's literally free. Yeah, that's real good. That's amazing. Also, you're kind of forcing. I guess that's really that in a Jinteki deck. That's scary because you're forcing runs. Oh, you apologize if you said this before. What's this deck for? So this is a game called Netrunner. I am currently running Identity Digital, which is a Netrunner tournament for VTubers. Identity Digital is literally a thing, a concept in Netrunner. And yeah, I thought it kind of described VTubers pretty well. We are people who use digital identities. So yeah, I'm running a tournament with these 9 lovely VTubers, and I have my first match tomorrow, and I have not built a deck, so I need to build this deck. Sublim costs a click to play still, but in Mirror Morph you can go Sublim, draw cred, Sublim, draw cred, and still have a click for anything. True. Yeah, makes sense. So yeah, let's have a look at that. So I've gone for Architect, which is install and res cards. So Hasbiroid has the issue of being really goddamned expensive to install their shit. So Architect deployment test, real good. Luminal transubstantiation. When you score this agenda, gain 3 clicks. It's all about getting that extra. We're all about the overtime, baby. Off-world office, just kind of a classic. It's neutral. You gain 7 credits. It's good. We like it. Probably the only issue I have is that you are dealing with. I imagine these also apply to the runner, so the runner could get like 3 clicks. The runner can get 7 credits. Corp War Power Creep Office, yeah. Oh no. Okay, how do you? Oh, does it specify if you or the runner? I guess that makes sense. Also, just like got send a message because I kind of wanted agendas are blank in the runner score area. Oh, I see. Right, cool. That's good to know. So, send a message. When this agenda is scored or stolen, you may res 1 installed piece of ice, ignoring all costs. So, the kind of theme we're going for is res installed pieces of ice for free or have more time. Yeah, it's the time and money deck. Yeah, there are also a few others where I was like, maybe I'd want that, but these seem to be a good combination of it's only 20 agenda points. It keeps us to just 9 agendas in a card pool of what is going to be 49. The runner doesn't score agendas, they steal them. Ah, okay. When this agenda is scored or stolen, you may res. Ah, gotcha. Actually, that works pretty well because it's giving the runner a lot of points because the runner only needs 7 points to win, as do you. But also, you kind of push up to something. And kind of keeping that line. So again, mentioning biotic labor, which in fact we do have biotic labor in here. That may go, but we have potentially base CH1R180G4. Sam is really good. Runner steals it. Res tier. Oh yeah. Well, I've like this is the thing. I don't even know what to choose in terms of my ice because I need a lot of it. But like a lot of the things I'm looking at are so I've got nine agendas. I probably want about 12 economy cards, or well, 9 to 12 economy cards, and then roughly 18 ice. And I want some cheap ice, and I want some expensive ice. And goddamn, does Haspyroid have some expensive ice? We will look at that together in a moment. Yeah, maybe biotic labor. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. Hedge fund. I mean, hedge fund is a classic. It does exactly the same as Sure Gamble. You can get away with 16 ice these days, especially with draw. Okay, fair enough. Red little clearance. Let's do. I can either draw 2 cards, gain. I can do 2 of 4 things. I can draw 2 cards, gain 2 credits, install up to 1 non-agenda card, or gain a click. We don't need biotic labor. We do not need biotic labor. There is too much already happening that gives me clicks in this company. Subliminal messaging again. Seamless launch. Play 2 advancement counters on 1 installed card you did not install this turn. That's just good. We like that as a thing. What else is going to give me? Also, I've got Managam Skunkworks. So, punish the runner for running on their last click, or take all their money, or Tranquility Home Grid. The first time each turn you install a card in the root of the server, gain 2 credits or draw a card. Again, little bit of, just a nice bit of econ. But let's have a Shifty. Skunkworks is just extra tact. I'm okay with that. So let's have a look. We want F, HB. We want Z. Here's going to be startup. Well, that's because I wrote BH, not HB. There we go. Okay, and to be honest, I probably want T ice. What do we have in terms of ice? We have some sentries, barriers, code gates. There's fewer code gates. That's fine. We have the wave. Strength 3, Harmonic. When you res this ice during a run against this server, you may search R&D for a piece of ice and reveal it. Add that ice to HQ. Ooh, fun. Ansel. So this is this one. Actually, I have seen a lot of Rotom's cards. I fucking love them. They're great. Okay, so Ansel 1.0, Sentry, Viroid, Destroyer, 6 credits to res. Lose a credit to break 1 subroutine on this ice. Only the runner can use his ability. Trash 1 installed runner card. You may install 1 card from HQ or archives. The runner can't steal or trash court cards for the remainder of this run. Oh, that's evil. I love it. It's delightful. That is amazing, and I must have this. So, Bran. Break on subroutine in this ice. I mean, this is the one thing, is like a lot of power that a lot of HB's power, they can break subroutine with clicks. That being said, I suppose you've got like a row of them. It's like suddenly you're gonna run out of clicks. So Bran. So that's 6 credits. That's 6 credits. So, break 1 subroutine on this ice. Only the runner can use the ability. You may install 1 piece of ice from HQ or archives directly inward from this ice. Oh my god, that's mean. That's mean. Okay, we're going to put a lot of Bioroids in here because we're HB and that's our thing. Drafter. You may add 1 card from archives to HQ. I suppose one thing with this is, I suppose it doesn't matter if this is if this doesn't end the run, because ultimately it's gonna stop them from doing anything. You may add 1 card from archives to HQ. Install 1 card from archives to HQ, ignoring all costs. We're getting lots of install without cost. I like that. I like that. Whenever you res a piece of harmonic ice, place 1 power counter on this ice. This ice gains end the run for each hosted power counter. Love it, but it's strength 0. Let's have a look. In fact, let's have a look for X. No, it's S harmonic. I'm gonna guess this is not just here. Wow, okay, so Echo and Wave. When you res this ice during this run against the server, you may shoot D for add that ice to HQ, gain 1 credit for each resed piece of harmonic ice. Okay, so fun. I don't think these are strong enough. It's the redesign of Next Ice. Only 2 of them. Yeah, that's that. So that's not enough for me right now. So we're going to go back to FB. Okay, so we're ignoring Echo and Wave because there's not really enough of them right now. Eli. Kind of a classic, I think. 3 to install. Really nice if you could sort these. Drafter. Like, what is inexpensive? What is classed as cheap to install? Tier obviously super expensive. Break subroutine. Quartz gets 1 allotted clip. Oh, that's amazing. Well, you mentioned tier before, so that's our sentry. That's also a sentry. It's cheap. It's a more expensive sentry, but it's also hella powerful. Strength 7. Due to that's now core damage. Trash installed runner card and gain 3 credits and end the run. I can only have 1 resed. Okay, so maybe just like add 2 to my deck. Oh, I should make some notes. I should make notes. Where's a piece of paper? Here's a piece of paper. Okay. That's a rubbish pen. Ah, content. Content. There we go. There we go. You can res a second, it trashes the first. Okay, so Ansel we like. Bran we like. Drafter. I mean, okay, Drafter's pretty good because it lets us have a thing. Echo, no. Eli is good. I mean, he's just straight in the run. Hagen. Trash one program's not a decoder, fracture, or killer. Powerful. 3 for 3 strength. Yeah, it's true. Hagen has an end the run. It lets you trash a program, but it's kind of... Oh, it's also super weak for what you're paying for. Probably not Hagen. Carl. When you res during a run, you may de-res another installed card. If you do, the runner can't use paid abilities printed on Bioroid Ice for the remainder of the turn. Ooh, okay, that's fun. Fish! Yes, it is. It's the Carl. Do a core damage and end the run. Ooh, that is good. Just loses strength as they install icebreakers. That's true. I mean, to be honest, it's still 4 for like what starts as 6 strength and could only really go down to, well, probably goes down to about 3. That's still pretty good. Okay. I don't know. I'm definitely going to keep them. I'm just noting ones that I do and don't want. Go pretty good. Like, but potentially expensive long term and also like super. Yeah, you only get to use that power once. Probably not going to take the fish. Anyway, hey Bjorn, how you doing? Yeah, I understand you're up against Navi, who is also in the chat this evening. Tomorrow at 6 BST. When you rest this ice, choose one installed program hosted on this piece of ice. Move that program onto this ice. Each hosted program. Oh, okay. So you could just. So this is an installed program from the runner. So you could actually just disable one of their icebreakers, right? Am I reading this correctly? Use one installed. Oh, does that require like other stuff? The program has to be hosted on ice already. Oh, okay. So it's a way of getting rid of viruses. It's a way of getting rid of viruses. Gotcha. Botulus or Chisel. Are they here? Sorry, I just need to... let me quickly S... Or, I guess, X... Host. Yeah, Botulus. Oh, and also... side, what's the syntax? Sorry, need to look for something. Syntax, side is D. D. Runner. Oh wow, so that's actually quite a lot of stuff that you can install. Death and syntaxes. Okay. There's a few things that could be used on Magna. I don't think it's worth having a ton of them. That's it. It's 3 for 3. I thought I did search that. Ah, hang on, I need to... Okay, so there's Botulus, Chisel, Egret, and Tranquilizer. So pretty much everything has... so it's probably not a problem having too much. Botulus, Chisel, and Trank are the main three. Okay, that's fine. Maybe Magnet. Ravana. Resolve once a routine on another res bot. Oh, that's fun. Oh, we definitely want Ravana. Roto turrets. Strength 0. Trash 1 install program. End the run. Too expensive. Like, that's too expensive. We're not having that. Grab a tier. And we don't want wave. Okay, so Ansel is Sentry. Bran is Barrier. Drafter is Sentry. Eli is Barrier. Hagen is Barrier. Ravana is Code Gate. Tia is Sentry. Roto's been creeped out in the 10 years it's been around. Yeah, that makes sense. Blanking a Botulus. Okay, well that makes sense. Let's put these into the deck and see like where we are, because I think that's kind of where I want to be. So Ansel, throw 3 in because we just want to put them in. Bran, oop. Drafter. Oh, I didn't realize it actually told me what it actually contained. Okay, that's fine. Again. Where did that just go? Again? Oh, it's a barrier, because that's why. Rav. Here. 2 and Magnet for... Let's put 2 in, because it's not a bad idea. So that is too many ice. Also, that costs 6. That costs 3. Okay, 6 is good. 3 is good. 4 is fine. 3 is good. 3. So these are actually, these 2 are real good. Actually, these are a solid combination. I was gonna be. I thought I was gonna be more worried about this. Like, these still have a decent amount of strength for the amount they cost. Ansel. Am I right? Remind me of a... I need to check a rule. Do you still need something that can match strength if you lose a click? Is that the thing, or do you just lose a click and it doesn't matter if you've got a code gate or not, a code gate breaker or not? Okay, right, that's fine. So honestly, this is slightly better than this, but that's okay. Also, this requires things to be rezzed. Ansel's good. Are we going to keep Ansel? We'll keep the tier. Drafter. Okay, to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the amount of sentries we have. We want about 16. This is too many. This is too much. Tier, we don't need... I suppose we only need... Well, we need 2 just in case they can move around. Only interface abilities need to have strength matched. Okay, that's fine. Drafter, Ansel. Like, my sentry is good. My barrier, I have too many barrier. Eli. let's bring it down to 2 grand because I want to have more cheaper stuff than I do expensive stuff. So drafter, yeah, let's bring it down to 2 Ansel as well. That's still, well, it's probably still too many cards. We've hit them. We've hit the. We've hit them. We also are now over. Let's just have the 1 tier because I guess it's like it's harder to like 6 tier. I just have 2 of each ice. How many does that get me? That's 6, 12. That gives me exactly 16. And it gives me some variety. I'm still... And I still have 3 cards that I can play with. Okay, that's not terrible. These are inexpensive. And 15 influence, yeah. So 3 cards, 15 influence. Is this like a good... there's no way, though, I'm going to have... I think we can afford 2 upgrades of each, 2 of each upgrade. Seamless launch, really good. Red level clearance, real good. Hedge fund, amazing. Biotic labor. I need to find something for syntax. Hang on, let's quickly save that. We're going to go... How do I search for the word click? Because that is genuinely a thing that is not accounted for. Does it just recognize credit as a thing? Okay, it does recognize credits as a thing. Okay, let's go for side. Corp. X credits. Type is gonna be operation or asset. Oh, and also Z startup. I was going to say that felt way too much. That is too much to put around, get my brain around. That's still way too much. Okay, some of this I'm already in. So Bladderwort. When your turn begins, gain 1 credit. If you have 4 credits or less, do 1 net damage. Wow, that's just wow. Okay, that's aggressive. Okay, let's have a look at. I'm going to come back to this. My decks. Edit. How much do I have by way of economy? I have... Tranquility is economy, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I probably do need some additional economy. Because I've got the clicks. Do I actually have too much by way of clicks? I genuinely... Off-world is economy. Yeah, oh, okay, so I'm kind of there with economy. I kind of have enough stuff that's giving me economy. I actually think I have too much stuff that gives me... Wait, didn't we already get rid of this? Didn't I say I wanted to get rid of this? Yeah, I did, because I've got... Also, for some reason... Oh, goddamn. Fine. Subliminal messaging. 3 of those. Get rid of biotic labor. I don't need... I keep 2 of these because I feel like a lot of the time the Mars thingy, you can get 3 for each click you use. I'm gonna guess that is mining, which is gonna be regolith mining. So this one, take 3 from this asset. I don't think I need it, honestly. Like, I've got enough stuff that is going to give me money. Nano etching is good econ from Miramorph. Oh, let's have a look at that. Nano etching matrix. Gain 2 credits. Use this ability only once per turn. When the runner trusts this asset, you may gain... Oh, God, yeah, this was really good. I definitely wanted that in there. That being said, I probably don't want... Oh, 0 to res. Oh, so click, click, res immediately, click. Yeah, install, use this as a click. Yeah, get 2 of those. Actually, no, 3 is better. The way to turn clicks into money at a decent rate. Yeah, things that do give you clicks are probably not a bad... Things to do with clicks are probably not a bad shout. Let me have a quick look. Let me save this. We'll do a card search. Roughneck Repair Squad. Click, click, click. Gain 6. Nah. Vapor Frame. Install 1 card from HQ, ignoring all costs. Use this ability only once per turn. Oh, yeah, I definitely want... I want that as well. Draw this... Actually, I probably want all of these. Yeah, Calvin, Vapor Frame, and Nano Etching. Why do you keep removing my subliminal? Dave, back in here. Do I have toll gates? If not, why? I do not have toll gates. I probably should. 2 of those, and then Calvin? No, Cal. You, 2 you. I forgot the names. Alright, I need to quickly go and search this again. Nanotech and Vapor Frame. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Reprisal operation that damage stolen agenda points are so strong. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure it's how I'm getting the thing. Really, mine's all about getting the time and the money to install stuff. So, click. Also, like having additional things to do with my clicks is a good plan. What's Tollgate do? Toll booth. When the runner encounters dice ice, they must pay 3 credits if able. Oh, you know what? I'm actually with you with that. Code. I do have the. Oh, toll booth. Stick 2 of those in there. So we need to now up some stuff. It's also a really strong gate. Yeah, it does also just fill out, just round out something on my. Or I didn't have a good round of code gates. What the hell do I cut? I'm now over. So this is the thing about this being this is the fun thing about building for corpse is you really want to make sure you're in that magic number of do not go over the 49. And I'm not really sure what I want to get rid of here. Do I need this? I've already got a bunch of stuff that's giving me clicks. I'm not sure I need this guy. Uprising, downfall, downfall. Yeah, okay, so assets from that is real good. So my agendas are kind of locked in. These are kind of locked in. I don't necessarily need all of these. When the runner approaches the server, end the run unless they spend clicks or pay 5. Honestly, I have enough stuff that's going to be draining. Actually, realistically, gain 2 or draw a card. I'm not sure. I don't know. Do I want Tranquility? I'm always wondering, do I want to get rid of Tranquility to have 2 Managarm? Or maybe I want to kind of cut some stuff. Like, just have 2 of stuff? Because realistically, also, if I have 49, I need to make sure that, you know, a lot of that means a good amount of stuff that I'm getting is going to be defense. Like having the credits, like I'll have the clicks to draw cards and get extra stuff. Also, I've got nano etching matrix. I don't need the Tranquility Grid, do I? Make sure to add Exodius. Thanks, SJ. Hey, how you doing? Oh, why have I been? I've been shocked for. Also, thank you for the subscribing with Prime for your 4th month. That's really appreciated. Yeah, I don't need Tranquility Home Grid. I don't. That's Managarm Skunkworks is better because it means that if somebody gets through all of this, like lose clicks, that loses you clicks, that loses your clicks, that loses your clicks. I've got things that are basically taking clicks away and I get clicks. That's workable right now. Is the stuff that's going to get me, that's going to just passively get me money. So I want lots of operations. Oh god, this breaks my brain. This breaks my brain. If you need money, how about a pop-up window? I don't know. I do need money. Like I have, you know, Off-World Office is 3 that gives me money. Nanotech Etching gets me money for 5. Hedge Fund gets me money for 8. Red level clearance goes up to 11. So blue messaging gets to 14. I actually have more money. I actually probably have more stuff that gives me money than I actually need, if I'm honest. Yeah, because this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to drop each of these down by 1, which gives me a little bit more room to play with. That gives me 3 cards exactly. So now do I want to... There's only... Let's have a look. What do I have to spend money on? Mostly resin ice is my biggest amount of money, is my biggest money drain. Because this is pretty expensive. That's free. That's free. That's only 2. Hedge fund gets me stuff. That's only 1. That's only 1. That's only 1. Yeah, I don't need a huge amount of them. We'll say that. Sort to 1 non-agenda card. Vapor frame isn't really good. Install 1 card from HQ, ignoring all costs. I mean, I think that's pretty good. To be honest, part of me is just getting it because it gives me extra stuff for spending clicks on, and like Miramorph's whole thing is getting more clicks. Also, the card itself is. Installing isn't resin. That's a good point. That is a good fucking point. Yeah, Vapor Rape is not. It's a point. Though I will say, isn't it? Okay. So I got 4 cards. Actually, no, I've now got 5 cards I can play with. The only time it's worth it is if you're using it to solve Towers of Ice, but even then it's not worth the slot. Okay, that's fair enough. That makes sense. If you plan on stacking 1 to 2 servers with way too much ice, yeah, I'm more likely to just kind of spread it out. Maybe something lets me res ice. Is there anything that lets me res stuff? You have no idea how much it was painful for you to remove one of your arts from the deck. Yeah, I did. I was gonna say I thought that was your arts. If you're spending cards on resing, what are you using money on? It's a good point. It's a valid point. Okay, let's have a look for some bioroids. Let's have some fun and look for some bioroids. F HB. Yeah, I didn't draw attention to it on stream because I did happen to notice that. So like I know that if you look for the if you look specifically for the cards on when it comes up, so I think yeah, it says illustrated here by Netscape Navigator. You don't use money, you amass money to give you life and meaning under capitalism. So yeah, it does say Netscape Navigator, but I also don't want to draw too much attention to the actual how the card currently looks. Fully operational. Oh, Forbidden Law, indeed. Okay, 1 card from Archives. So, given that a lot of stuff will go through, it might be worth me getting archived memories in. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hope they do. I'm sure they seem to be pretty on the ball with getting this stuff done. genuinely breaking my brain. Escape net. I only have to run a major successful run. Trace. I'm not really doing traces. I basically want to have enough stuff in play that just gives me the option to get more clicks. Next activation. This next activation command. Play only if there is no active lockdown. The operation is not trashed until your next turn begins. You hope you've been with me. You haven't played it since the core set came out in paper IRL. I mean, I think everybody's a little bit rusty on this. EscapeNet is a reference to a cool browser. Character break, the same browser your VTuber is based on. Nice. That's cool. That's the thing. I haven't really got... Do I have anything that lets me look through R&D? I've not really got anything that lets me look through R&D. Let's have a look for something that lets me look through R&D. I don't currently have that. It's not an agenda. Daily business show. First time you draw a number of cards, increase the number of cards you'll draw by 1. When you draw those cards, add 1 of them to the bottom of RNG. Daily business show. Ooh, that's potentially useful. Digital rights management. Play only if the runner did not make a successful run on HQ last turn. Search R&D for agenda. Add HQ. Install 1 card from HQ in the remote. Okay. No. Flower sermon. Hang on. Quickly making notes. When you score this... Oh, that's an agenda. Yanked. When the runner is accessing this card from R&D, they must reveal it. When the runner accesses the card, you may trash it to force the runner to encounter a rezzed piece of ice protecting the server. Close server... Yeah, I saw that. I just realized. Probably, actually, I should do... T is... asset... or operation... or... Oh yeah, that's pretty much it. That's asset or operation. I'm getting really good at the syntax, by the way. So sprint. Draw 3 cards. Shuffle 2 cards from HQ into R&D. It's not bad. Shuffle 2 cards from HQ into R&D. So that's kind of a fun way to get rid of some stuff. Spin Doctor. When you res this asset, draw 2 cards. Shuffle up to 2 cards from archives into R&D. Okay, so that's potentially good for getting something out of archives that I don't want to be there. Snare. A classic. Probably don't need it. Secure and protect. Search R&D for a piece of ice and reveal it. Oh, that's what we want. Install the ice protecting the central server, paying 3 credits less. Oh, okay. Secure and protect is a good option. Public health portal. When your turn begins, reveal the top card R&D. Gain 2 credits. No. Moonpool. Reveal 2 face cards in archives. Shuffle them into R&D. Snare is another of your art. Oh, nice. Cool. Maryland campaign. When you raise this asset, load that. When this asset... Oh, okay. Maryland campaign? Maybe. I don't think I need money, honestly. Digital rights management. Search R&D for an agenda. No. Okay, so I think I've got 4 cards that I probably want to put in. Let's go back to my deck list. No, my decks. In here. Edit. And let's just try and grab these in. So, Daily Business Show looked real good. Gonna pop that in. Spin Dock. I will just do some compare and contrast. Oh, build. Back. Forgotten what? I've forgotten what? I forgot the thing I was searching. Secure and protect. That was it. Spin Dock. Daily Business Show. And yeah, I don't need Marilyn. Okay, so I now need to get rid of 4 cards and 4 influence. So that is definitely doable. Secure and Protect. Search R&D for a piece of ice. You know what? We get 2 of those because it's kind of useful. So now potentially if I keep 1 of each of these, the first time, so this is an asset, so potentially taking up space where I could have something else. You think someone in Ash's dev team like SCPs? Oh, it was called Secure, Contain, and Protect. Nice, that's really funny. I love that. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think that could have easily stayed, if I'm honest. Daily Business Show. First time you draw any number of cards, increase the number of cards you draw by 1. When you draw those cards, add 1 of them to the bottom of R&D. Really good for just like making sure you know exactly what you're getting. Plus, it's expensive to get rid of. Bin Dock. Shuffle up 2 cards from R&D into archives into R&D. Each got 1, so I can get rid of. I just get rid of each of these once. Spin Doctrine is going to be more. Oh, when you res, draw 2 cards. Oh, okay, so I've already got this to get me the thing. Do I need Daily Business Show? So I could just get rid of daily business. I could just get rid of a Daily Business Show. Thing is, it's kind of. It's really like, would anybody waste their time removing stuff from it? I guess also like the question is, how wide do I want my play to be? Because I don't necessarily want up to 5 remote servers. That just seems like a bit of a waste. I probably want like 2 to 3 at any given time, one of which holds a thing. So. Also, I already have this to draw cards. We're going to get rid of Daily Business Show. Have 3. You don't mind having nanos unprotected because you get stuff if they get trashed. Yeah, that's kind of that's my thought. Spin Doctor. I can have one more thing. Let's go for 3 Secure and Protect, because having additional ways to get ice seems like a good plan. I kind of like this as a deck. I think this is a workable deck. I think this gives us a good, like, lots of options for defense, a lot of which is pretty affordable, ways to get money, lots of ways to get clicks, including the thing itself, the identity itself lets you get both clicks and money. Yeah, is there any, I don't know, like, folks in the chat, is there anybody looking at this thinking, oh, you've got a massive... I recognize that you all have... You can drop some ice as like SMP is basically a wild card for ice. It's true, but that then means I have... In fact, yeah, that's true. I might just drop the... No, because I want the really expensive stuff, don't I? I can only have 1 tier. Okay, let's drop a tier. Let's drop a single tier. Having 2 tier in the deck with deployment is hedging the bets. Yeah, I guess that's true. Thing is, like, I don't know. I'm kind of still inclined to... Because ultimately, the whole point of Secure and Protect is not to get get, have fewer ice but make sure I draw them. It's to draw more of my ice faster, is my general view. I probably could, actually, I could do, like, are there any of these that are really, really good? That can probably cycle round. Seamless launch, red level clearance. You know what? I'm gonna drop one of these and do an extra red level clearance because I think that sprint draws 3 cards. You think drawing is better than secure and protect? Okay, hang on. I think that's fair, but I think I've been in enough situations when I played where I have not drawn ice or I have not drawn the right ice, and I think I want let's have a look. Sprint. Shuffle 2 cards from HQ into R&D. That's good. And then planogram. Resolve one of the following. Draw 3, gain 3 credits. Oh, yeah, that is much better. Yeah, that's much better. Plus, it pretty much... I'm going to keep 1. What's the influence on this? 1. Actually, if you're getting 1, does it... Oh, as an additional cost to play this operation, spend a credit. Oh, spend a click. Oh. Oh, yeah, screw that. Screw every level of that. Okay, yeah, predictive planogram. Aren't these doing the same? Aren't these doing... The trouble with that is... Aren't these kind of doing double duty, though? Like, if I've got predictive planogram, I don't necessarily need red level clearance. Okay. I need 2 cards from somewhere. What's Jackson Howard doing nowadays? You know what? I really don't have any executives. Let's have a let's have a look at an asset. Actually, no, operational asset. J How isn't legal. Ah, yes, this is the annoying thing about the damned websites. Why Spin Doctor is here. Ah, I see. Gotcha. I just need 2 cards. I need 2 cards. Probably an operation, honestly. I don't really want too many assets because, like, I think I've got enough assets. Let's have a look at some operations. Celebrity gift. Don't want that because it is an extra thing. Gain 6 credits. That's just money. Next activation command. Oh, I don't need this one either. Play only if there is no active lockdown. What? I've seen this before. What does lockdown mean? Okay, Argus Crackdown. Oh, it's the... oh, okay. It's a specific operation type. I see. The operation is not trash. The runner cannot use an all icebreaker cards to break subroutines. Each piece of ice. Ooh, does that also... That's never gonna also negate the ability to spend clicks to break subroutines, is it? That's not gonna be... It's just gonna be cards. It's not gonna be card effects of the thing. Each piece of ice is 2 strength. Oh yeah. Next activation command. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Hang on. Oh yeah, it is. That's a different piece of art. Oh no, it's not. You can't click them when NAC is in play. Okay. And then Spin Doctor allows me to get things back. That's good. Oh, you can't click them when Pyro is on. Wait, what? Oh, wow. So okay. Next activation command is real strong then. Okay, I'm really happy. Like, not using a huge amount of influence, but the influence I'm using. Holy shit. Okay, so next activation command definitely good to put in. We like that. That's good. Also, hey, we've got a Netscape Navi in here. I thought that I did see that. So yeah, this is. You know what we're just going to call this? Time and. Time and money. Yours, not ours. Yeah, this is definitely my this is the time and money deck. And I am kind of happy. Yeah, Central Servitor and time and money. I'm going to change that to remove that. Oh, no. Didn't mean to do that. Delete that, thank you. Okay, cool. I have decks. Right. I'm gonna import these into Jinteki ahead of my match tomorrow with Mage Armor Dorian. I'm also going to share these in the Identity Digital Discord so everybody else can see them. Thank you very much for this. Thank you very much to everyone who has hung out whilst I have been playing this evening. While I've been thinking about with this evening. I'm not sure I will do a huge number of deck building streams. It might be interesting to do like one for each ident. I don't know. But I will see how that goes. This is the deck I'm going to be using for the next little while. You've been helping Sirona build her deck. She'll submit hers before round 2 starts. Absolutely fine. There is no particular hurry. I think also, like, for my mind, she learned how to play 2 months ago. It's fine. I like, there are a lot of people who are new to this. It's all good. This is the whole point of Identity Digital, is entirely for people to have fun, make some streams and some YouTube videos and just share Netrunner. I don't know. This is just like hanging out with other VTubers is cool. There's no real other agenda in mind when it comes to this thing for me. It's just Netrunner's fun. VTubing's fun. Combine these two things. But yeah, so that's where we are. We're but yeah, I feel better now. I feel I have a bit of a strategy going in. I am pretty, yeah, I'm happy with the deck I came up with. I'm glad I did this on stream. It's been, I hope that talking through my process has been interesting. I hope that I've not, to anybody who's watching this, either silently or in the future, I hope that watching me try and flail and work out exactly what I wanted to do was not too painful to watch. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Let me see. You know what? It is my buddy Lord Beaver's birthday bash, so we are going to go and raid them. They're currently playing some what's this game? Among Us. There we go. But yeah, we'll run over there. Flannel Man, you just got here. Well, you got two. Are you here for the me, or are you here for the deck building? Because I do not mind having a quick rundown of the deck building just before I shoot off, if that is your interest. Like, if you're super here for the deck building, I can run down my deck pretty well in like flash 30 seconds, and then we'll do a raid. Let me know. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, we'll just start to prepare for a raid into the Lord's Beaver, whose birthday it is. Good lord. Right. You were seeing what you're doing, but you do want to see what... do what you want. Thanks for that, by the way. I mean, I you know what? I will do a quick, last few minutes rundown as to what we have made. Because, if anything, it will give me a general view as well. So, we have Nusha Sabil Sintasha, the symphonic progeny, who is going on the Central Server Tour. Sable's power specifically allows her to marks a central server, so R&D, HQ, or the archives each turn, and she gets a benefit for going rummaging. So we've played on that with Carpe Diem, which gives you some money for running your mark. Also Virtuoso, which lets you draw extra cards if you're running HQ, or lets you breach HQ as well as the deck, as well as the way you're going. And also Backstitching, which lets you trash a card to encounter a piece, when you encounter a piece of ice, to just bypass that ice on your mark. So it is on your marks, get set, go. We also have Dirty Laundry, which just lets us run any server, which kind of serves us to run the mark, or just lets us run empty or otherwise useless external servers. Jailbreak, which boosts the cards we get if we go into HQ and R&D. Mutual Favor, which lets us search for some specific icebreakers, which is why we only have 6 icebreakers in our deck. Overclock, which just gives us money to run a server. Sure Gamble, a classic, gives us 9 credits for 5. And Tread Lightly tells us to run any server. During that run, the res cost of each piece of ice is increased by 3. This game is made by Catalyst Games. No, this game is currently... Well, it's designed by Richard Garfield, not Andrew Garfield. I often say Andrew Garfield in this stream, and it's becoming a bit of a meme. Spider-Man did not make this game. But it was published up until a few years back by Fantasy Flight Games under license from Wizards of the Coast. It is now being continued in its very successful afterlife by Null Signal Games. I don't know who Catalyst Games are, I'm afraid. I might put in another Tread Lightly, but I'm going to do that just now. I'm okay with having 49 cards. Richard Andrew Garriott Garfield, exactly. Let's put 3 of you in. Just for the fun. Might be fun to have that early in. Boomerang just lets us break subroutines, which is just useful. Buffer Drive, we'll come back to why we've got Buffer Drive. Is because of Climactic Showdown. When your turn ends, remove this resource from the game. Choose a server protected by ice. The corp may trash 1 piece of ice protecting that server. If they don't, the first time you breach either R&D or HQ, access to additional cards. Really good, really good. Oh, remove this resource from the game. That's not... Fuck. That's not what I meant to do. I thought it was trash. I thought it was a trash resource. Oh dear. Fuck it, Backstitching's good. Ice Carver, just weakens some ice. No free lunch, just it will remove a tag. Class Act will let us draw and kind of really shuffle the deck well. Good thing you went back over your deck. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Buffer Drive plus Backstitching, still good. You're probably only going to do that when you want to grab something important back. Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's kind of... And also we've got things that let us... Sesva, which is a program that lets us use pair credits for runs, and just 1 type of icebreaker for each card. for each ice type. Then we have our time and money deck. You know what? I'm actually going to change this from Central Servitor because On Your Marks is a much better game. Is a much better name. Then we have our time and money deck, which is Mirror Morph. Mirror Morph. If you do 3 different click actions, of which there are many, you get either an extra credit or you get another free action, which is huge. So to that end, we've got things that give us extra clicks to do things. So for this and trashing the card, you gain clicks. This, you draw 2 cards for a click. This, you gain 2 credits for a click. And also we've got like lots of things that also allow us to do stuff. So this lets us go through the top 5 cards of R&D to install and res one of those cards, ignoring all costs. This just gives us a bunch more clicks. This gives us money. This gives us res 1 install piece of ice, ignoring all costs. So really fun. And then we just got some classic operations. Hedge fund to gain 9. Red level clearance just to give us a bit of variety in terms of drawing and installing. Seamless launch just for a quick advancement. Subliminal messaging to give us even more clicks. We also have Managam Skunkworks, which just taxes the runner beautifully. And then we have a bunch of moderately expensive to and powerful defense. And that is the deck. If you would like to see these decks in action, then please do come by. Why are there only 45 cards in this deck? What the hell? There should be 49 cards in this deck. Right. Managam Skunkworks. Managam Skunkworks. God damn it. Also, hedge fund. Fine. That was deliberate. Cool. There's now 49 cards. Definitely plans. Flannel Man, you have saved me. Thank you so much. God, good job I looked over these again. Might have, honestly... 49? Yes, so basically you have a range, so you can have like, if you've got a minimum of 45, you have like between 45 and 49, you have to have between 20 and 21 agenda points. If, for example, I were to add in a 3rd subliminal messaging, it takes me to 50, which increases the amount of agenda points, which increases the number of agendas. So effectively, it's the maximum I can have with the least amount of agendas. It's just, you know, it is literal ratios. You want to reduce the amount of likelihood that a runner is going to randomly swipe an agenda, because there's many opportunities for that to happen. So yeah, 49. If 9 of your cards are agendas, and you have 49 cards, then there are 40 cards that the runner has to get through before they can even touch your agendas, in theory. It sounds like a very defensive deck. It is. It's kind of like, it's designed to get a lot of ice in play and then just start scoring agendas. And it's also designed to kind of give me a lot, like, make my turn stretch for a bit longer, because, you know, I'll have additional clicks, so I can score, I can advance more cards. I suppose the one thing that it is missing is dummy decoys. Like, if I'm advancing something, anybody who's playing me is pretty much going to know that I am advancing an agenda, but also I should be in a situation, ideally, where I am getting more clicks and enough clicks to kind of potentially install or like install on my last click of one turn, and then just spend an entire turn advancing a single agenda and getting it gone in a single turn. So yeah, not having anything on the desk too much. Hopefully it will work. If you'd like to find out if it will work, well then, you can come and check out Identity Digital. which is the VTuber Netrunner tournament that is currently running. I will be playing my first match against the wonderful Mage Armor, Dorian. Who are all these people? They are a bunch of excellent YouTubers. So from left to right, you have, I don't know, some Viking. He's not great. We have, oh god, people's names. We have, oh, you're the last person who came in, and now that breaks me. We have Sirona. We have Hallie, Sirona Hirudo. We have Hallie. We have the Neon Caster. We have myself. We have Sheila of Come and Go Tavern. We have Dorian of Mage Armor. We have Lucian Zenna. And we have Netscape Navigator. Yeah, both far right and far lefts in this chat. Bjorn and Navi. Also, weirdly, the first round pairing of Bjorn and Navi. They will be playing tomorrow evening. Or you will be able to see Bjorn's perspective on Twitch, and Navi's will be published on YouTube as a video after the fact. They are playing at 6 p.m. BST, which is 1 p.m. EST and 10 a.m. PST, if I'm getting my maths correct. I'm playing Dorian Mage Armor at 9 p.m. BST, 4 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. EST, PST. I do hope that you'll swing by and you can see if any of these decks are any good. I hope this has been a fun experience. We are now going to go and run raid Lord Beaver, who is still playing Among Us, and we're going to wish them a happy birthday. But yes, thank you so much for letting me for watching me stream this evening. This was very much an experiment. I was very nervous about the prospect of deck building on stream because it is something that I'm not particularly practiced at. But yeah, I genuinely hope that this was an enjoyable experience. Please do come back this week. There's a lot going on. We have a lot of collabs. We've kind of ended up in a bit of a collab week because we have Netrunner with Dorian tomorrow. Then on Tuesday, SJ of the wonderful Blake Sky Private Eye will be joining us to play the cosmic horror of Elderside. And then on next Saturday, we will be playing a game about books with the book VTuber Laika, the space puppy writer. It's real good. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure streaming for you. I've been Loxley, Sailor Strategy, the Caprine Card Shark, the board game goat. I will pass you into the welcoming arms of the Lord's Beaver. Have a good evening, and ta-ra.